video, I'm going to share 5 reasons why you need to consider a career in education or stay in education if you were thinking about leaving. There's no denying that education is hard, but it is a rewarding career. This video is meant to give you hope, encouragement, and to let you know how valuable you are. We need you. Counselors shape the future. We show students possibilities. We give them hope. Not only do we help them figure out their futures, their careers, their jobs, we also help them navigate through hard times. Our work is important because we show them possibilities. In fact, one of my 6th graders just recently told me that he wanted to be a school counselor because of the way that I made him feel. When I think about students like him, I also think about what would happen if I wasn't there, or if I decided to give up when things got difficult. I wouldn't have been able to make that kind of impact on his future. We help students see themselves and how they can use their gifts, talents, and skills to influence the future and make a positive difference in our world. The work that each of us does is essential. You may not see it in your lifetime, but you are important to your school, the community, and the world. We plant seeds as educators. Sometimes we can see them grow and we can see the change, and sometimes we may not see it. There are times when students have come back to me years later and told me how I helped influence and shape their lives. But even if you don't get that, just know that it is happening. Counselors change lives. We get to be a crucial part of students' development. When students are not with their families, they're with us. We teach them so much more than academics, social emotional learning, and college and career readiness. We're their role models. In fact, you may be the only role model that they have in their lives. They watch how we act, how we talk to other people, how we respond to situations. They look at us as role models, even when you think that they're not. For example, there's a time when I influenced a student athlete's life. The day before their game, they had to dress up, and so he didn't know how to tie a tie. He came to my office and he asked me, and I tied his tie for him. I also went to his game letter that night, and he was so excited to see me when I was waving in the crowd. Our students really just want us to show up for them. It means a lot when we support them in the things that they do, like going to their games or practices. Although they lost, the next day I called him to my office and I just asked him how things went and I wanted to check on him. He was disappointed and he was calling himself a failure. And so I asked him a couple questions without judgment. I said, "What do you think went wrong? What could you have done differently?" And so he told me about some of the technical things about what he could have done differently next time. And I said, "That's what you need to focus on in your next practices and your next games." He smiled, I gave him a hug, and I encouraged him and told him that our mistakes and our failures are opportunities to learn and improve. But I knew I did my job that day, just seeing his face. These are the times where we teach our students growth mindset without having to actually use those terms. We teach them how it applies in the real world. I knew that our conversation changed his outlook on life, mistakes, and failures, and how we can use them to our advantage. And I'm sure you can look back over some of your conversations with your students and you can think the same thing. We look over those things when we see all the hard things or we see our to-do list for that day. But these are the moments that really matter and make an impact. Working with students is fun. We get to laugh, joke, dress up on certain days with them, and participate in all these different fun activities that we can plan and implement in our schools. When things get difficult, I think about all those simple times where I can go to a student and they can tell me a corny joke, or I can share a corny joke with them and we can laugh together and just have fun. We teach our students that school is a place of learning, but it should also be a place where they can enjoy coming to school and feel safe. Our joy, our laughter, our personalities can be an influence on the way that our students see school and the way that they see life. So you should have fun when you go to work. Even though you might have a million things to do, take a break at those times and go do something to interact with students. For example, I love creating videos and I love making bulletin boards. And when I get too stressed when I look at my to-do list or all the things that are coming up, I can take a break and I can go do something fun with those students and involve them in helping me create bulletin boards or involve them in the video making process. And be silly. Like our character traits of the month, I'll go ask our students to put on a little skit and I'll film it and edit it and show them. And we can just have fun throughout the day. It's a way to influence all the rest of the students because they get to see the video, but it's also a way for me to use my gifts and talents and to help the students use theirs. So I encourage you to find the joy in the simple things and find something that you enjoy doing. And be creative and involve students in it. We get to participate in all the dress up days like the 100th day of school or Red Ribbon Week or Awareness Month activities. These are fun, and our students can see us be a chance to be silly and be people. It's also fun to go on field trips and do things to support students, like go to their games, their practices, their rehearsals. All those things make working with students fun and enjoyable even when there's hard and difficult times. And one of the best parts about being a counselor is our schedule is so flexible. When things get stressful, I can take a break and go visit some classrooms, especially in the morning. During morning arrival, right before the morning announcements, I go visit every single classroom and smile, wave, and check in on students. They get a chance to tell me about their day. They can tell me about the things that are bothering them. We can joke, we can laugh, and it's just a time for me to see them and for them to see me and know that I'm there to support them in all ways. Our students need genuine people who really seem to care about them and support them. And I believe as counselors, sometimes we overcomplicate things and think about all the things that we have to do, or we look at other people and look at their Pinterest or their Instagram or their programs and compare ourselves to them. But if you just do the simple things to support our students, those are the things that they remember. They remember when you show up for them. They remember when you check in on them when things are going wrong. They remember how you just smile at them. Those are the things that really matter and the things that make a difference. Our students tell us about their lives, their hopes, their dreams, their families, their culture, and the things that really matter to them. And if you can remember those things and have genuine conversations with them about those and check in on them, those are the things that matter. The days when I can stop what I'm doing and go check on the students are the days that I enjoy the most about my job. And again, it doesn't have to be anything complicated, just simply showing that you care. And counselors are change agents. We're there to advocate for our students, our families, our communities, and our schools. Although you may not feel like you're making a difference in education, I assure you, you are. Anytime you can stand up for someone else or share ideas about change, then you're doing something to support your community, and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. That includes going to student support meetings like 504 and IEPs, or grade level meetings, organizing events, inviting speakers from the community to come to your school and share things with your students, deciding and revamping school policies and procedures to make sure that they're fair for everyone. These are all examples of how you can be an agent for change. Even when you don't feel like you are making a difference in the world of education, you are, just by doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. So standing up for injustice, making sure that our students' needs are met, making sure that they enjoy coming to school and they're getting the education that they deserve, and making sure that they have caring adults who are available to them, and you are one of them. These are ways that counselors are agents of change, and this is why our work is so important and why you matter and why you're needed. I made this video because one of the Facebook groups that I'm a part of, a member posted this question: is it worth getting into the education system? I feel like it's going downhill. When I saw the responses to that post, so many people said, no, it's not worth being in education, or no, get out, run. And it really hurts my heart because this is worthwhile work. It is hard, but you are making a difference. You are making an impact even when you think that you're not. Even though you feel like the policies are against you, or the school board is against you, or the district, or government in general, just know that your presence alone on that campus is needed. You are there for a student, a family, or a teacher, and you don't even know the ways that you are influencing them just by being you, just by showing up, just by doing the things that you're supposed to do and encouraging people. That's why education is so important and why you are valuable and why you are needed. Our students need you. Our families need you. We need you. So please consider staying in education. And if you are struggling, network with someone, another counselor, and bounce ideas off of them. Join my Facebook group, The Learning Lab, and just feel free to share ideas or your thoughts or ask for guidance or even search the files section and get some resources to help make your program stronger and help you be more comfortable and confident in doing what you do. Remember, I am here to support you. You are not alone and you are needed in this work.